Good evening, centers. We have completed question number 7 in the previous session. Today we are starting off with the next one. Question number 10. Question number 10 says that a chemical company is presently paying an outside firm ₹1 per gallon to dispose of the waste resulting from its manufacturing operations. At normal capacity, the waste is about 50,000 gallons per year. After spending 60,000 rupees on research, the company discovered that the waste coals can be sold for ₹10 per gallon if it was processed further. Additional processing would, however, require an investment of ₹6 lakh in new equipment, which would have an estimated life of 10 years with no salvage value. Depreciation would be calculated by straight line method. Except for the costs incurred in advertising ₹20,000 per year, no change in the present selling and admin expenses is expected if the new product is sold. The details of the additional processing costs are as follows. Variable cost of ₹5 per gallon of waste put into process, and fixed cost excluding depreciation is ₹30,000 per year. In costing the new product, the general administrative overheads will be allocated, underline that word, allocated, at the rate of ₹2 per gallon. There will be no losses in processing, and it is assumed that the total waste processed in a given year will be sold every year. Estimates indicate that 40,000 gallons of the product could be sold each year. The management, when confronted with the choice disposing of waste or processing it further and selling it, seeks your advice. Which alternative would you recommend? Assume that the firm's cost of capital is 15% and it pays on an average 35% tax on its income. So we need to evaluate this alternative. This is similar to question number 3 and question number 7 which we have done in the previous session. Giving you the brief about this question says that कि कंपनी एक प्रोडक्ट मैन्युफैक्चर करती है और इस प्रोडक्ट मैन्युफैक्चरिंग के वक्त आफ्टर द फिनिश्ड प्रोडक्ट इज प्रोड्यूस्ड देयर इज सम वेस्ट which is there, and the disposal of the waste has been outsourced by the company to a third party. तो कंपनी ने जिस थर्ड पार्टी को ये वेस्ट डिस्पोजल करने का कॉन्ट्रैक्ट दिया हुआ है, दैट इज चार्जिंग ₹1 पर गैलन. तो वो कंपनी या फिर वो थर्ड पार्टी कंपनी से ₹1 चार्ज करती है पर गैलन, और पहले ही पैराग्राफ में दिया हुआ है दैट द वेस्ट इज अप्रोक्सीमेट अराउंड 50,000 गैलन्स पर ईयर. तो बेसिकली इसका मतलब यह है कि आप मतलब कंपनी का 50,000 रुपए का खर्चा होता है वेस्ट को डिस्पोजल करने का, लेकिन कंपनी ने 60,000 रुपए का रिसर्च करवाया. दिस इज समथिंग विच इज रिलेटेड टू क्वेश्चन नंबर 7 जो हम लोगों ने डिस्कस किया था कि कंपनी ने 10,000 रुपए का मार्केट सर्वे करवाया था. सो इन द सेम वे द 60,000 रुपीज ऑफ द रिसर्च कॉस्ट will be considered as a sunk cost and it has nothing to do with the calculation. लेकिन कंपनी ने जो रिसर्च करवाया उस रिसर्च के बेसिस पर कंपनी को पता चला कि जो वेस्ट हम लोग ₹1 का कॉस्ट इंकर करके बेच देते हैं, अगर उसी वेस्ट को हम लोग एक और प्रोसेस करके भेजे, then we will be able to sell it for 10 rupees per gallon. So that is something which is given in the second paragraph, that the waste could be sold for ₹10 per gallon if processed further. तो अगर हम लोग उसे प्रोसेस करके बेचेंगे तो we'll be able to sell it at 10 rupees. लेकिन उसे प्रोसेस करने के लिए हम लोगों को एक इक्विपमेंट खरीदना पड़ेगा जिसका कॉस्ट है 6 लाख रुपए, which will be having an estimated life of 10 years and the depreciation would be 30,000. Sorry, depreciation would be SLM method. Except for the cost incurred in advertising. तो advertising का cost दिया हुआ है 20,000 per year. The selling and admin expenses will be as it is, and there are some additional costs which are given. That variable cost will be there for 5 rupees per gallon and fixed cost will be 30,000 rupees excluding depreciation. उसके बाद वाली जो लाइन है, that is something which is talking about the general administrative overheads allotted और allocated, जो मैंने आप लोगों को अंडरलाइन करवाया. Allocated का मतलब यह है that this fixed overheads or this general administrative overheads had already been allocated, so we don't have to allocate them now. We just have to add those overheads or those expenses which are additional, which are incremental. These expenses have already been allocated, so it has nothing to do or they will become irrelevant. And उसके नीचे वाला जो पैराग्राफ है, that is showing that there would not be any losses, क्योंकि जितना वेस्टेज हम लोग प्रोड्यूस करेंगे, प्रोसेस करेंगे, प्रोड्यूस करेंगे, उतना हम लोग बेच पाएंगे. So there would not be any stock remaining or any unsold wastage. और वो कह रहे हैं कि estimates indicate that the 40,000 gallons of product could be sold. तो हमारे पास दो क्वांटिटी दी हुई है. एक क्वांटिटी दी हुई है अभी की कि भाई 50,000 गैलन का वेस्ट हमारा हर साल होता है, लेकिन जो प्रोसेस्ड गैलन्स है वो बता रहे हैं कि एस्टिमेटेड 40,000 gallons can be sold each year. So for us, for the purpose of calculation, the respective quantity will be, or I would say the relevant quantity would be 40,000 gallons and not 50,000. So for the starting of the question, I'll be making some underlined assumptions which are already given in the questions, so that it will become easy for us to make the calculation. Now if I talk about the first point, so here I am talking about the assumptions of the question. My assumptions of the question first would be relevant units for calculation is 40,000 units per year and not 50,000. So my relevant calculation will be done on the basis of 40,000 gallons, not 50,000. Second assumption would be expense of ₹60,000 on research is a sunk cost and will be irrelevant. And third, admin overheads allocated at ₹2 per gallon is also irrelevant. So these are the three main assumptions which we are supposed to take for the calculation. हम लोगों को जो informations दी हुई है that if waste is to be processed further, अगर हम लोग वेस्टेज को फर्दरली प्रोसेस करते हैं, वी विल बी हैविंग कॉस्ट ऑफ इक्विपमेंट. कॉस्ट ऑफ इक्विपमेंट इज ₹6 lakhs. Life of equipment 10 years. Depreciation will be SLM. Salvage value is 0. Cost of capital is 15%. Tax rate is 35%, and the costs which are given to us. So on this basis we are going to calculate whether we should go for the current proposition, that is selling the or disposing the waste at a cost of ₹1, or we should go for the further processing of the wastage. So for that we are going to do the same calculation on the basis of the incremental cash inflow and incremental cash outflow. So starting with the first part A. Part A, present value of increment cash inflow. Incremental cash inflow की present value calculate करता है. So for that my first part would be incremental post tax EBDIT. अब अगेन हम लोगों को पोस्ट टैक्स EBDIT करना है. So first thing would be my increase in revenue, that if we are going for the further processing, अगर हम लोग further processing में जाते हैं तो हमारे revenues कितने increase होंगे. So first thing would be increase in revenues. यहां पर हम लोगों को बताया गया था that if the waste is to be processed further, processed waste will be sold at ₹10 per gallon. So यहां पर अगर हम लोग फर्दर प्रोसेसिंग में जाते हैं, हम लोग 40,000 गैलन्स को प्रोसेसिंग में ले जाएंगे, एंड दिस 40,000 गैलन्स will be sold at ₹10 per gallon. Therefore my increase in revenue will be sales of processed waste. Sales of processed waste would be 40,000 gallons into 10 rupees. So this will be 4 lakh. कि 4 लाख रुपए का हमारा सेल्स बढ़ेगा. एक और चीज जो इसमें आएगी, सेविंग्स इन कॉस्ट ऑफ डिस्पोजल. क्योंकि अगर हम लोग उसे प्रोसेस नहीं करते तो उस वेस्ट को ₹1 के कॉस्ट पर बेच दिया जाता. तो as we are doing it for the further processing, we will be able to save that cost of ₹1 per gallon. So we are saving in the cost of disposal. That will be again 40,000 gallons will be saved at a cost of 1 rupee per gallon. So that will be my 40,000 rupees savings in the cost. 40,000 rupees savings in the cost would be added as a part of your revenue. So my total increase in revenue would be, this will be my part A, that is my total increase in revenue of 4,40,000. Now on the other side, I can write it as increase in revenues or savings. In the second part, I will be having increase in costs. And this part, it is saying that कि अगर हम लोग 40,000 gallons या कितनी भी quantity, if you are going to take it for the further processing, it will be having a variable cost of rupees 5 per gallon. So increase in variable cost में पहला आएगा increase in variable cost at the rate of 5 rupees per gallon into 40,000 gallon. So this will be my 2 lakh rupees. And second would be my increase in fixed cost. My increase in fixed cost will be having two subheadings. One would be my fixed cost, 30,000 rupees per annum, and second would be my advertisement expenditure. Advertisement expenditure of 20,000 per annum. So this will be my 50,000 rupees, and that is why the total of part B will be 2,50,000. So my part A is 4,40,000, that is my increase in revenues. Part B will be 2,50,000, that is my increase in costs, and that is why here I will be having incremental EBDIT as A minus B. So incremental EBDIT as A minus B would be $1,90,000. But this EBDIT is pre-tax, so out of this I have to deduct the tax minus tax at 35% which is given to us in the question. So this will be at 35%. That will be 66,500. 66,500. So this will be post-tax incremental EBDIT $1,23,500. This is my post-tax incremental EBDIT, and we have to calculate present value of this. Now, जो हम लोग फर्दर प्रोसेसिंग कर रहे हैं, उस फर्दर प्रोसेसिंग के लिए जो हम लोगों ने इक्विपमेंट खरीदा है या जो फर्दर प्रोसेस हम लोग करने वाले हैं, दैट इज हैविंग अ लाइफ ऑफ 10 years. सो दिस अमाउंट ऑफ पोस्ट टैक्स EBDIT पर annum will be calculated as a present value for 10 years at 15%. So here I will be having this as present value of post tax incremental EBDIT equals to 1,23,500 into PVIFA 15%, 10 years. Again, as I said, 11 to 20% is not given to us in the spiral, so we have to calculate. Porbandar Center, savings in cost, sorry, increase in cost. Or okay, your query, Porbandar Center has got a query that savings in cost should not be at 50,000 gallons. No, Porbandar Center, the savings and cost will be calculated at 40,000 gallons only, because that 40,000 units are becoming relevant for us because we are going to process only those gallons. जो हम लोगों को सेकंड लास्ट पैराग्राफ ऑफ द क्वेश्चन में दिया हुआ है, that the estimates suggest that there will be 40,000 gallons will be processed and sold during each year. तो हम लोग जितने नंबर ऑफ गैलन्स प्रोसेस करने वाले हैं वही हमारे रेलेवेंट यूनिट्स बन जाएंगे, जो मैंने यहां पर पहले अजम्पशन में लिखा हुआ है. सो अवर रेलेवेंट यूनिट्स फॉर कैलकुलेशन इज 40,000 गैलन्स एंड नॉट 50,000. तो पूरे कैलकुलेशन के लिए हमारे रेलेवेंट क्वांटिटी इज 40,000 एंड द एंटायर कैलकुलेशन इज टू बी डन ऑन दैट 40,000. 50,000 will not come in any case. Yes, I can understand your question or your query, because the first sentence of the question itself says that 1 rupee cost पर हम लोग 50,000 गैलन्स डिस्पोज कर रहे हैं हर साल. लेकिन वो 50,000 यूनिट तभी कंसीडर किए जाएंगे अगर हम लोग फर्दर प्रोसेसिंग नहीं करते. अगर हम लोग फर्दर प्रोसेसिंग करेंगे तो वो 50,000 के साथ हमारा कोई लेना देना नहीं है. वी विल बी कंसीडरिंग ओनली 40,000 यूनिट्स एंड दैट इज व्हाई वी हैव डन द सेविंग्स इन कॉस्ट एट 40,000 यूनिट्स ओनली. पोरबंदर सेंटर, इज इट क्लियर? Porbandar Center, is it clear? So now in this case, as I said, we do not have the PVIFA 11 to 20% in the spiral, so we have to calculate it manually. So that is what I have done. So 1,23,500 multiplied by, इसका प्रेजेंट वैल्यू फैक्टर आ रहा है 5.019. So if I multiply it, so 5.019 multiply by 123,500, it will give me the amount of 6,19,847. 6,19,847. This will be the answer of my first part of incremental inflow. Now, after calculating the present value of incremental EBITDA, we will calculate the second part, that is present value of tax savings on incremental depreciation. अब करंटली अभी जो हम लोग हमारा वेस्टेज डिस्पोज कर रहे हैं वो हम लोगों ने आउटसोर्स किया हुआ है. So for the current disposal, or for the disposal of the current wastage, we do not have any machinery, we do not have any equipment, so therefore we do not have any current depreciation. हमारे पास कोई करंट डेप्रिसिएशन नहीं है, तो हमारा जो भी डेप्रिसिएशन आएगा वो नए इक्विपमेंट का आएगा या फिर नए मशीन का आएगा. सो दैट और द डेप्रिसिएशन ऑफ द न्यू इक्विपमेंट इटसेल्फ विल बिकम अवर इंक्रीमेंटल डेप्रिसिएशन, जो हम लोगों ने 7th क्वेश्चन में भी किया था. इफ यू रिमेंबर द 3rd क्वेश्चन, वी हैव टेकन द डिफरेंस बिटवीन द डेप्रिसिएशन ऑफ द न्यू मशीन एंड ओल्ड मशीन. लेकिन यहां पर हमारे पास पुराना कोई मशीन है ही नहीं, तो जो नया मशीन है उसी का जो डेप्रिसिएशन आएगा दैट विल बिकम अवर incremental depreciation. So in that case, my incremental depreciation would be incremental depreciation at SLM would be cost of equipment minus salvage value upon economic life. So in that case, my cost of equipment is 6 lakh, salvage value is 0, and economic life is 10 years. So my depreciation will be 60,000 rupees. And we need to calculate the tax savings on this. So therefore, tax savings on depreciation will be 60,000 into 35%. So 60,000 into 35% will give you 21,000. This 21,000 rupees is called my tax savings on depreciation, and calculate the present value on that. So present value of tax savings on depreciation will be 21,000 PVIFA 15% 10 years. So this will be 21,000 into 15% 10 years. PVIFA will be 5.019, and therefore it will be 1,05,399. 1,05,399. This will become the total of second part. Now the third thing, we do not have any information regarding the terminal year. 10th year के बारे में हमारे पास कोई information नहीं है. We do not have any information regarding the working capital requirement. We do not have any requirement regarding the sale of machine. So as far as the third part is concerned, the third part will, so that is why if I talk about my third part, present value of incremental cash flow of terminal year के कैश फ्लो की वैल्यू जो भी आएगी that will automatically become 0, क्योंकि हमारे पास टर्मिनल ईयर के रिलेटेड कोई इंफॉर्मेशन नहीं है. सो देयरफॉर माय पार्ट ए इक्वल्स टू 1 plus 2 plus 3. So therefore it will be 6,19,847 plus 1,05,399 plus 0. So this will be 7,25,246. This is the total of part A. And if I talk about part B, present value of incremental cash outflow. The present value of incremental cash outflow is nothing but the cost of new equipment which is given to us in the question, that is 6 lakh rupees. So this will be my part B, and therefore NPV equals to A minus B. So that will be 7,25,246 minus 6 lakh. So my NPV would be 1,25,246 rupees positive, and here it is, as NPV is positive, the company is advised further processing. So as the NPV is positive, it is better for the company to go for the further processing. If the NPV would have been negative, in that case the company should not go for the further processing and it should dispose the at a cost of 1 rupee. So this is the calculation. Any doubts in this? Yes, Porbandar Center has raised the query that in first calculation of part A, we have calculated the savings in cost of disposal. The query of Porbandar Center was that why the cost of disposal or savings in the cost of disposal is calculated on 40,000 units and not 50,000. दो रीजंस है. पहला रीजन कि अगर हम लोग मतलब 50,000 gallons will be considered for the calculation only and only if we are not going for the further processing, because the question itself says that the further processing is going to be estimating 40,000 units. जो अगर आप second last paragraph of the question में देखें तो वो लिखा हुआ है that further estimate says that 40,000 gallons will be sold during each year. तो अगर हम लोग प्रोसेसिंग करके बेचने जाएंगे तो 40,000 यूनिट्स ही बेच पाएंगे. सो दैट इज वाई 40,000 यूनिट्स और 40,000 गैलन्स विल बी रेलेवेंट क्वांटिटी फॉर अस. जो मैंने यहां पर अजम्पशन में भी लिखा हुआ है दैट द रेलेवेंट यूनिट्स फॉर कैलकुलेशन इज 40,000 यूनिट्स पर ईयर एंड नॉट 50,000. तो हमारे पास मतलब अगर हम लोग यहां पर पूरा जो कैलकुलेशन हम लोगों ने किया है दैट कैलकुलेशन इज डन with a condition that we want to check whether we should go for further processing or not. अब अगर हम लोग further processing में जा रहे हैं, इसका मतलब ये है कि हम लोग जो वेस्टेज डिस्पोजल करने वाले थे वो वेस्टेज डिस्पोजल भी हम लोग उतने ही गैलन्स का करेंगे जितने गैलन्स का हम लोग प्रोसेसिंग करेंगे. एंड दैट इज वाई as we are going to process 40,000 gallons, here we have to take into consideration that the cost will be saved on 40,000 gallons only. क्योंकि अगर हम लोग डिस्पोजल की बात करते हैं तो डिस्पोजल में 50,000 यूनिट्स डिस्पोज होते हैं या 50,000 गैलन्स डिस्पोज होते हैं. वी कैन से दैट आउट ऑफ दिस 50,000 गैलन्स 40,000 gallons have been transferred to the further processing. 10,000 gallons are still going to be disposed at a cost of 1 rupee. अब अगर वो 10,000 यूनिट्स या वो 10,000 गैलन्स अभी भी 1 रुपए की कॉस्ट पर डिस्पोज हो रहे हैं तो वो हमारे सेविंग्स में नहीं आ सकते, बिकॉज हियर वी आर कीपिंग ओनली दैट अमाउंट विच इज बीइंग सेव्ड. नाउ इट्स अ वेरी सिंपल लॉजिक दैट आई हैव टोटल 50,000 gallons of the wastage. Out of that 40,000 gallons of wastage are converted for the processing. As the 40,000 gallons are converted for processing, I will be able to save the cost of disposal of this 1 rupee on those 40,000 units or 40,000 gallons. The remaining 10,000 gallons will be disposed at a cost of 1 rupee. Now as they are being disposed at a cost of 1 rupee, that 1 rupee will not be saved for those 10,000 gallons. So that is why the calculation is taking only for the 40,000 and not for 50,000. Porbandar Center, is it clear? Okay, centers. Any other query in this question? Bhavnagar, Mehsana, Himmatnagar. Any query? अब दूसरे सेंटर्स का आप नाम बोलूंगा तभी बताएंगे क्या? ओके, कॉपी कर लीजिए, देन विल स्टार्ट विद द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन. Centers, just let me know once you are done with the copying so that we can start with the next one. Thank you. And centers, there is an announcement regarding the lecture for tomorrow morning. Tomorrow morning, as per schedule, there was a lecture of Keur sir, which will be taken by Naishal sir now. I am repeating, tomorrow's lecture will be taken by Naishal sir in place of Keur sir at 8 a.m. in the morning. I am repeating it, tomorrow's session will be taken by Naishal sir in place of Keur sir at 8 a.m. in the morning, and Wednesday morning lecture will be taken by Keur sir in place of Naishal sir at 8:30 in the morning. So Wednesday और Tuesday का जो आपका मॉर्निंग का शेड्यूल है दैट इज स्वैप्ड. कल का सेशन केयू सर की जगह नैशल सर लेंगे और वेडनेसडे का सेशन नैशल सर की जगह केयू सर लेंगे. कल का सेशन 8 बजे होगा, वेडनेसडे का सेशन 8:30 बजे होगा. इज इट क्लियर सेंटर्स? ओके, कॉपी कर लीजिए. Sorry centers, there was a miscommunication. The announcement for lecture was Keur sir will take a session on Thursday. lecture शायद थर्सडे को है. थर्सडे को लेक्चर नैशल सर की जगह पर केयूर सर लेंगे. Wednesday lecture will be as it is of Sandeep sir. I am repeating it for one more time. Tomorrow's lecture will be taken by Naishal sir in place of Keyur sir at 8 a.m. in the morning, and Thursday lecture will be taken by Keyur sir in place of Naishal sir at 8:30 in the morning. Wednesday lecture will be as it is, or it will be as per your schedule as it is showing of Sandeep sir. various standards, starting with question number 11. Question number 11 says that Electronic Accelerators Limited specialize in machine of novel transistors. They have recently developed technology to design a new radio transistor capable of being used as an emergency lamp also. तो उन्होंने कोई नया रेडियो ट्रांजिस्टर बनाया जिसे आप लैंप की तरह पर भी यूज कर सकते हो. दे आर क्वाइट कॉन्फिडेंट ऑफ सेलिंग ऑल द 8,000 यूनिट्स दे वुड बी मेकिंग इन अ ईयर. तो जो पहली इंफॉर्मेशन हम लोगों को दी गई है, दैट इज समथिंग व्हिच इज रिलेटेड टू द नंबर ऑफ यूनिट्स प्रोड्यूस्ड. नंबर ऑफ यूनिट्स produced and sold is 8,000. That is the first information which is given to us. The capital equipment that would be required will cost of rupees 25 lakhs. So यहाँ पर हमारी दूसरी चीज है cost of equipment rupees 25 lakhs. It will have an economic life of 4 years and no significant terminal salvage value. During each of the first 4 years, promotional expenses will be planned as under. So यहाँ पर हम लोगों को दिया हुआ है that economic life of the machine is 4 years and my salvage value is 0. हम लोगों को promotional expenses दिए गए हैं, advertisement and other expenses for 4 years. ठीक है. And in any case, if you look at the total, एडवर्टीजमेंट पहले साल में 1 लाख है, सेकंड ईयर में 75, थर्ड ईयर में 60, फोर्थ ईयर में 30, and other expenses 50, 75, 90 and 120. But if you make a total of both of them, it is 1,50,000 rupees per annum. So we do not need to do them separately for each year because the total is same. So we can keep it as the incremental promotional expenses of 1,50,000 rupees per annum. अब उस 1,50,000 रुपीस का सेग्रीगेशन देने की हमें जरूरत नहीं है कि इस साल में एडवर्टीजमेंट 1 लाख का था और अदर एक्सपेंसेस 50 के थे और दूसरे साल में एडवर्टीजमेंट 60,000 का था और अदर एक्सपेंसेस 90 के थे. वी आर नॉट रिक्वायर्ड टू डू दैट सेग्रीगेशन. वी आर जस्ट रिक्वायर्ड टू शो द प्रमोशनल एक्सपेंसेस ऑफ 1,50,000 रुपीस पर एनम. दैट इज विच इज गिवन. उसके नीचे हम लोगों को दिया हुआ है that the variable cost of producing and selling the unit would be 250 per unit. Additional fixed operating costs incurred because of the new product are budgeted at rupees 75,000. So now we have got the variable cost of rupees 250 per unit. And we have got total fixed cost. If I talk about fixed cost, will be involving promotional expenses. We have got promotional expenses of plus we have got 75,000 rupees as additional fixed operating expenses of 2,75,000 rupees per annum. So my total fixed cost will be 2,25,000 rupees per annum. So this will be my total fixed cost. You can assume that the straight line method of depreciation will be used for tax and reporting, which is payable at the rate of 40%. So we have got depreciation at SLM and my tax rate is 40%. Works out an initial selling price per unit of the product that may be fixed for obtaining the desired rate of return on investment. The present value of annuity of ₹1 received or paid in a steady stream throughout 4 years in future is 3.0079. So here we have not been given the selling price. वो underline कर दीजिए, works out or work out an initial selling price per unit of the product that may be fixed for obtaining the desired rate of return on investment. So here we have to calculate the selling price per unit. And the second thing is we have not been given the cost of capital. Cost of capital is not given to us, but we have been given प्रेजेंट वैल्यू फैक्टर एन्युइटी पीवीआईएफ हम लोगों को दिया हुआ है I% 4 इयर्स के लिए, दैट इज 3.0079. हम लोगों को रेट नहीं दिया हुआ, उस रेट की जगह पर डायरेक्ट हम लोगों को एन्युइटी फैक्टर दिया गया है. सो माय फर्स्ट ऑब्जेक्टिव इज टू कैलकुलेट द सेलिंग प्राइस पर यूनिट and the entire calculation over here will be done by taking into consideration the selling price. अब यहां पर हम लोगों को NPV दी नहीं गई, we have not been given NPV. तो अगर हम लोगों को NPV लोगों ने तक इक्वेशंस में किया that we calculate the NPV by taking the difference of the present value of cash inflow and the present value of cash outflow. Here we have got present value of cash outflow 25 lakhs. We will be having present value of tax savings on depreciation because the depreciation will be calculated at SLM and the tax rate is given. We do not have any terminal value calculations. If you look at that, first paragraph की last line, it will have an economic life of 4 years and no significant terminal salvage value. So terminal year में या terminal values में कुछ नहीं है. So the third point will give you 0. But if you talk about the first point where we talk about the incremental EBDIT, अब अगर हम लोग 8,000 यूनिट्स मैन्युफैक्चर कर रहे हैं, 8,000 यूनिट्स को मैन्युफैक्चर करने की वेरिएबल कॉस्ट हमारे पास है, फिक्स कॉस्ट हमारे पास है, लेकिन सेलिंग प्राइस ही नहीं है. अब जब तक हम लोगों के पास सेलिंग प्राइस नहीं होगी, वी विल नॉट बी एबल टू हैव द अमाउंट ऑफ EBDIT. अब EBDIT की अमाउंट नहीं होगी तो उसकी प्रेजेंट वैल्यू नहीं कर पाएंगे, उसकी प्रेजेंट वैल्यू नहीं कर पाएंगे तो पार्ट ए का जो फर्स्ट कैलकुलेशन है वो नहीं हो पाएगा. वो नहीं हो पाएगा इसका मतलब है कि पूरे पार्ट ए का कैलकुलेशन नहीं हो पाएगा. सो यू विल नॉट बी एबल टू हैव द NPV स्ट्रेट अवे. सो हियर वी हैव टू कैलकुलेट द सेलिंग प्राइस, and for that calculation of selling price we will be assuming that the NPV is 0. So here we are talking about the calculation of selling price per unit by assuming NPV equals to 0. अब अगर मैं NPV 0 assume कर रहा हूं, NPV equals to 0, that means present value of cash inflow will be equal to present value of cash outflow. क्योंकि NPV 0 होने का मतलब ही वो है कि हमारे इनफ्लोज और आउटफ्लोज की प्रेजेंट वैल्यू सेम है. क्योंकि अगर इनफ्लोज की वैल्यू ज्यादा होगी देन आवर NPV विल बी पॉजिटिव, इनफ्लोज की वैल्यू कम होगी देन द एनपीवी विल बी नेगेटिव, but it will be zero when both are equal. So by taking into consideration this NPV as zero, or by assuming NPV as zero, we are calculating the selling price. And here, assuming selling price as rupees X, हम लोग उसे X rupees की तरह assume कर रहे हैं. So my part A would be present value of incremental cash inflow. Incremental cash inflow का calculation, उसमें my first part would be present value of incremental post tax EBDIT. अब पोस्ट टैक्स EBDIT हम लोगों को कैलकुलेट करना है, तो हमारे पास पहली ही चीज नहीं है, सेलिंग प्राइस. सो हियर वी विल मेक इनटू कंसिडरेशन द सेलिंग प्राइस एज X rupees minus my variable cost as 250 rupees. So therefore my contribution will be X minus 250. This will be X minus 250 per unit, क्योंकि selling price will be X per unit और variable cost दिया हुआ है 250 per unit, which is over here. So this is X minus 250 per unit. So अगर यहां से मैं शुरुआत करता हूं टोटल कंट्रीब्यूशन की, total contribution will be 8,000 units. That is my quantity. 8,000 units into X minus 250 minus fixed cost of 2,25,000. 2,25,000. That will give us incremental EBDIT. Incremental EBDIT equals to 8,000 into X minus 250 minus 2,25,000. Now opening the bracket, it will give me 8,000X minus 250 into 8,000. 250 into 8,000 will give me 20 lakh rupees. So 8,000X minus 20 lakh minus 2,25,000. इन दोनों को हम लोग कैलकुलेशन में ऐड कर सकते हैं क्योंकि दोनों की माइनस साइन है. So therefore incremental EBDIT equals to 8,000X minus 22,50,000. अब ये जो हमारा इंक्रीमेंटल EBDIT है दैट इज प्री टैक्स, तो इसमें से हम लोगों को टैक्स माइनस करना पड़ेगा एट द रेट ऑफ 40%. सो माइनस टैक्स एट 40%. So 8,000 का 40%, this will be minus 3,200X. So this will be 3,200X and 22,50,000. 22,50,000 into 40% will give me 9 lakh minus 9 lakh. So now we will be having post-tax incremental EBDIT. Post-tax incremental EBDIT will be 8,000 minus 3,200 will give me 4,800X minus अब यहां पर देखिए 22,50,000 माइनस में फिगर थी, यहां पर भी हम लोग माइनस कर रहे हैं, सो दिस विल बी माइनस माइनस प्लस, सो दिस विल बी 22,50,000 minus 9 lakh, so this will be minus 13,50,000 rupees. So this is my post tax EBDIT जिसका हम लोग प्रेजेंट वैल्यू करेंगे. So now calculating the present value of post tax incremental EBDIT. Calculation of post tax incremental EBDIT will be 4800x minus 13,50,000 into PVIFA. अब हमारे पास कॉस्ट ऑफ कैपिटल तो है नहीं, सो I परसेंटेज 4 years की वैल्यू हम लोगों को क्वेश्चन में ऑलरेडी दी गई थी 3.0079. ओके, सॉरी. Yes, Rajkot Center, Bhavnagar Center, Himmatnagar Center. Thank you. Okay. Sorry, here I have calculated 25,000 more. So these things will be changed. It is 20 lakh and 2 lakh 25,000. Sorry, by mistake I have taken 2 lakh 50,000. So this will be 22 lakh 25,000. तो 22,25,000 का 40% will be 8,90,000 and 22,25 this will be 13,35,000. Sorry, thank you centers. So this will be 13,35,000. Yes, 13,35,000. यहां पर हम लोगों को पीवीआईएफए की वैल्यू ऑलरेडी दी गई है, दैट इज 3.0079 and this value will be taken into consideration for the present value calculation. So therefore it would be 4,800x minus 13,35,000 into 3.0079. So first of all we will multiply it with 4800. 4800 into 3.0079 it is 14,438 14438x minus 13,35,000 into 3.0079 will give me 40,15,547. 40,15,547. This will become my part 1 of part A. Here X will be our selling price which we are still supposed to get. My second part will be present value of tax savings on incremental depreciation. Again depreciation has to be calculated on SLM as given in the question with no salvage value. So therefore depreciation is cost of equipment upon number of years. So that will be 25 lakhs divided by 4 years, 6,25,000. This is my depreciation. So here we will calculate tax savings on depreciation. Tax savings on depreciation at 40%. So this will be 6,25,000 into 40%. $250,000. And here we'll calculate present value of tax savings. Present value of tax savings will be straight away 2,50,000 into PVIA की जो अमाउंट हम लोगों ने यहाँ पर यूज की है वही अमाउंट हम लोग यहाँ पर यूज करेंगे 3.0079. So this will be 2,50,000 into 3.0079 will give me 7,51,975. This will be my second part. And again, third part, which is increment or present value of incremental cash flow of terminal year equals to 0. So therefore, part A equals to 1 plus 2 plus 3 will be 14,438x minus 40,15,547 plus 7,51,975 plus 0. So my final part A will be 14,438x minus, इन दोनों का एडिशन सब्ट्रैक्शन कर लेंगे. So that will be 32,63,572. This will be my part A. And part B is specifically given as present value of incremental cash outflow. ये जो present value of cash outflow है, that is something which we call as PVCO. यहाँ पर हमारा आएगा cost of equipment. So my cost of equipment is 25 lakh, which is given to us in the question. हमारा जो पार्ट ए का आंसर आता था, that will be considered as PVCI. So here, as we have assumed that NPV equals to 0, therefore PVCI equals to PVCO, and therefore present value of cash inflow is this 14,438x minus 32,63,572 equals to 25 lakhs. ये सामने आ जाएगा तो ऐड हो जाएगा. So therefore 14,438x equals to 57,63,572, and therefore x equals to 57,63,572 divided by 14,438, and therefore x equals to 399.20. So we can call it x equals to approximately 400 rupees per unit. So Here we can write the conclusion: selling price equals to rupees 400 per unit. This will be considered as a final answer. So this is the calculation of selling price based on the incremental cash approach. Yes, centers, any doubts, any queries? भावनगर, वल्लभ विद्यानगर, ओके। सो ये इक्वेशन कॉपी कर लीजिए। वी आर कमिंग टू द एंड ऑफ दिस सेशन टुडे। ये सेशन हम लोग यहां पर खत्म करते हैं। विल बी कंटिन्यूइंग इन द नेक्स्ट सेशन as per my schedule, that is on Thursday, and Thursday we will be having a session till 9 o'clock. So I think we'll be able to cover more numericals on that day. And one more thing which I wanted to discuss with you, I hope that I am not going too fast, because the chapter is quite lengthy, so we need to continue with a momentum. So if you feel that I am going too fast, or if you feel that there are certain things which is becoming difficult to understand because of my speed, then just let me know. We'll go a bit slower. So okay, thank you Mehsana Center, Himmatnagar. Other centers, is this okay with if we go with the speed, or do I need to keep my speed a bit slow? I think it should be okay. You should not have a problem with this. Okay, done. Thank you so much, center. Thank you so much once again. Hope you have enjoyed the session. Thank you so much. Good night. Take care. See you in the next lecture. And please send us sign out after copying this question. जाने की जल्दी में क्वेश्चन कॉपी किए बिना मत चले जाना. And I think I have made myself clear about tomorrow's announcements. So see you on Thursday. Thank you so much.